Alright, let's begin. Hello everyone, it's Kevin here, and it's that time of the year where I have to find a new job. I have to update my design portfolio, and to do that, I have to look through my graphic design work that I have done in my university. Cringe. So I did a bachelor in graphic design, 1.5 years in Malaysia, and another 2 years in Melbourne, with a total of 3.5 years. I should be a master at it by now. Nevertheless, I will now be reviewing my design works, which I will show you guys from my first semester all the way to my last semester, and hopefully you guys can see a design progression, hopefully. And I will also, look back and see the things I've done. Hopefully some of them will inspire me, and some of them are just so cringe-worthy. I've never seen them in a long time, but hopefully this will stir up my, memory. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. Year 1, Semester 1, this subject is Design Concept Narratives. Let's see what we have here. Oh gosh, this is so cringy. Are you guys looking at this? So this assignment was called Feed Me, and it required us to design 3 characters relating about food. And this was like my freshman year. You guys can see just how rough it looks. With these 3 characters, I was going for the kawaii chibi look, so you guys can see the proportion of the character's head is as big as the body. And I was going for that Sanrio Hello Kitty look, which is why they look like that. And the first one, Strawberry Short Skirt, was also inspired by Strawberry Shortcake. You can clearly see it in her, but man, just look at that outline. It's so jagged and rough. Well, you have to forgive me, this was my first year, but this is just quite, dreadful to look back. Moving on. Oh my gosh, back in the days, I did not archive and label my folders. You guys can see just how messy this is. It's a chaos to look through. Alright, so this was a magazine cover we had to do for New Scientist, and our topic was the quirky files. So you guys can see, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? There are, fruits for the people's heads. So this one again required us to use Adobe Illustrator only, and plays with this template for the magazine cover. What was my topic? Fruit personalities. Which fruit could you secretly be? I don't know. Oh, I have to say I at least did the gradients of the fruits. They look quite nice. Okay, so this one is typography, and we had to use fonts to create a sort of layout for this, title and topic, Realism in Asian Art. Oh, I was never really good in typography, and as my first year, I learned quite a lot of it, especially how to deal with using type as shape and also creating white space. And another version, you can see I was going for that tilt, rotation, angle look. Very basic too. This is stuff you learn in year 1, guys, semester 1. Oh my goodness. Okay, but this subject, we had to create a movie poster featuring ourselves, and I really remember I had a good time doing this. This is so funny. So my topic was Vandal. I was like a superhero, and the background is featuring the Twin Towers in my country, Malaysia. So I was really, I don't know, wow, look at that frown. The first subject that required us to use Photoshop, so I was really having lots of fun, going for the Batman look. The one with Dark Knight, showing the Bat logo throughout the silhouette of the building. So that was what I was going for. I was so young back then. When was this? 2014. 4 years ago. Oh, I remember this one. Yeah, so we had to create a poster, a bunting, which was a vertical strip for any fictional event. So I chose to do this event based on a Japanese festival that happens in Malaysia, Bon Odori, with the kimono and the crane and the sakura and the guy beating the taiko drum at the bottom. This one was done using Adobe Illustrator, and I don't know, I really enjoyed this one because you get to go all crazy with the fonts and get to do angles and also colors. Finally, something not cringy. The second semester, so hopefully I've learned some experience by now. Oh man, this was the Aquaria one. Oh god, it looks so bad. Like those cheap advertisements you see in the newspapers. We had to promote any company. So I was using an aquarium based in the main city, Aquaria, and as you guys can see, it says, "How fishes taught me more than school." And the guy is holding a stop sign to stop the fish. I think the design is quite clever, you know, because I was using the school of fish idea. Still a bit strange and off because you can clearly see the fish has more highlights than the guy in the scuba diving suit. Really bad. The people just look so fake standing there. What was I thinking? This is what happens when you go from doing your own fictional event to doing a real life client. You just don't have the idea on how you can communicate real clients' work, because you always do your own fictional work. For the battery, Duracell. So our tagline, which we must have, is called "When it just has to work." And I put the battery, which is unusually large, to power up the lightsaber instead of the Force. You have Duracell to power up your lightsaber to defeat the dark side. And here we can see Luke Skywalker has a pack of batteries strapped to his pouch in case he ever runs out, which is very unlikely because he has the Force to help him. I don't know, what do you guys think so far? Am I getting better or worse? I think I'm getting worse as I progress. I still like my semester 1 work more. Alright, moving on to my favorite subject of all, which was branding. So we were allowed to create our own brand from scratch, which is what I love. And we had to create a whole lot. We had to create the brand, the logo, the packaging, and also collateral items. So I will now show you guys what was this brand, Chocolate Station. And it's meant to be a luxurious chocolate brand which allows people to customize their chocolates to put whatever they want inside. So I was going for the Slytherin black look. You can see it's really like Slytherin. It's dark green, it's luxurious, gold strips everywhere. And here is the design I did for the collateral, which is the layout of all the items in it. For the envelopes, the letters, business cards. I like the business cards idea. It's actually milk, dark and white chocolate which you can exchange in the sleeve. And here was the picture I took of the actual chocolate bar itself. Badly photographed, could have been done better. But this was the gist of what it is. You can see it has emerald hues and also from different shades of green. I really enjoyed this subject. It allowed me to expand my creativity the most. And the hard part was doing the packaging itself, because we had to cut the boxes and make the shape of it ourselves. So it was not done by a factory, so you can clearly see it has some odd edges which are not handled properly. But yeah, the finale looks something like this. Good chocolate, designed by you. Next subject we have is publication. So we moved on from doing posters and logos and branding. Now we're doing a book publication, and here I have a book for a topic on time, which is A Brief History of Time Measurement by Leo Rogers. It's a real article. We just had to reformat it into our own publication designs. And also, again, my first taste of publication. Let's go. I like the front cover. It's very postmodern. Yeah. As we go inside, this is the layout of what we have. Really basic, I guess. Nothing much that is, outstanding that I did. I was going for the encyclopedia look. You can see that the formatting, the fonts are all very typical of what you will see in an encyclopedia. And I was really not that inspired for this subject. I wish I did better for this because the topic was really dry. Man, even I can turn back time and redo it. Moving on to our summer break, we have another subject which is video editing. So this one I had a lot of fun with because finally it's my first taste of doing video, where I learned how to do video editing using Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. and also doing storyboarding for ideas. So I did a fictional commercial for a noodle brand called Maggie Me, and I'll show you guys the storyboard of what I did. Man, my drawing skills was so hazy back then. This is a 30-second or 1-minute video to be played on TV, and I will show you guys a link to that video below because it will take too long, so you can click on the link to see that Maggie Me video right below. Alright, what did I do for the next semester? And I can't, it's too cringy. I won't show you guys this next semester what I did. I found all of it was terrible. This was the semester I was in, which was leading up to me moving to Melbourne, so I didn't think I did a good job for it. But I'm going to stop here as the cut-off point between my work I did in Malaysia, and I will do the next part of my Melbourne design series in another vlog. So I'm going to stop here before it gets out of hand. When you look back at what you've done, you can just see the learning curve. For mine, it's like this. I think I learned quite a lot, but I think I could have done much better. Well, you guys decide. Do stay tuned for the part 2 of my reviewing of my design work, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!